Right, so you're going to want to open up your booklet to lesson 3. Once you get there, then we've got a few things, just a couple notes that you need to jot down. So you can see where I copied and pasted this from. There we go. Anyways, couple angles there that we want to talk about. Thinking back to yesterday, each of these angles is made up of 2 rays, which again are lines, or line segments that start at a endpoint and continue off. This ray 2, for example, continues forever off in this direction. Ray 1 forever off in this direction. We really don't care about how far they continue. What we really are going to be caring about when we're talking about angles is what is the angle here between them. Alright, so when we talk about this very first angle, we talk about it as angle ABC. The vertex is always labeled with whatever it is, and it's in the middle. Okay, so we can also talk about this as angle CBA, but no matter which way we talk about it, the vertex is the letter in the middle. Okay, now we can also write this as in, angle with the word angle, but if you want to be mathematical and also not write as many words, we can use a symbol, and it sort of looks like an L, except it's more bent over, something like that, almost like a greater than sign, except the bottom is theoretically, anyways, flat. There we go. Angle, call this A, B, C, or again, angle C, B, A. And you're going to see it written either with words and say angle, just like that, ABC, or the little symbol that sort of looks like a little wedge next to it, ABC or CBA. Doesn't matter which way you'd say it. It could not be BAC, because that means then we're starting at B, going to A, and back to C. Okay, this one's got to be ABC. Second angle then would be referred to as angle QRS. QRS or SRQ, and we use a little, and written then as, again, little angle QRS or angle SRQ. Right. So, what is the measurement of each of the following angles? Alright, so we want to talk about a right angle, a straight angle, an obtuse angle, an acute angle, and a reflex angle. We've talked about these already, I know that. A right angle is exactly equal to 90 degrees. That is supposed to be a 9. It doesn't look like much like one, but it's supposed to be a 9. So let's try again here. 90. A little tiny circle up in the top tells us that it's degrees. A straight angle. Okay, this one, it seems sort of pointless to write down, but we're going to actually use it as we go here. Is equal to 180 degrees. Alright, an obtuse angle is going to be greater than 90 degrees, but less than 180 degrees. Okay. An acute angle is going to be less than 90 degrees. And a reflex angle is going to be greater than 180 degrees. And if we want to be really picky, usually and anytime we're going to see them, it's also going to be less than 360 degrees, so less than a full circle, which really doesn't make sense to have an angle bigger than that anyways, in any way that we would talk about them. Alright, so now you've got to flip to page 250 and 251. So actually get out your textbook and do that. If you don't have it with you for some reason, go get it. Pause the video and go get it. So do that. Flip there, page 250 and 251. Lovely. Okay, hopefully you're all there. There's a map there that you need to look at. Alright, so we're going to estimate the angle between north and the fire from each of the 3 towers. So you'll notice that there's Tower 1, Tower 2, and Tower 3. Okay. Each of these towers is able to see our fire. And our job is to figure out, okay, what angle from each of the towers is the fire. Now, we're sort of using compass directions a little bit here. We're simply going to assume that north is 0 degrees, and we're going to go clockwise from the north, so the same direction as the hands on a clock move from the north. We're going to measure that angle, so it's going to be north, and then our first one here is north, Tower 1 to the fire. Now, we're going to estimate that angle. So what we're going to look at is we're just going to look at, first of all, is it equal to 90 degrees? Is it less than 90 degrees? Is it more than 90 degrees? Is it a straight angle? Is it more than 180 degrees? Those are really the things that we're going to look at. And then from there we'll say, okay, is it a lot more than 180 or 90? Or is it just a little bit more? Let's look at the first one here. Alright, so Tower 1, we go from north to Tower 1, and then to the fire. Now, there's that light, kind of little light greenish, whitish squiggly line, some road or something. That's really close to 90 degrees. This is actually a little bit more than that. So my estimate here is going to be something a little bit more than 90 degrees. So maybe 100 degrees or 105 degrees. Something like that. You could measure it with a protractor. That's not actually the point here. The point here is for you to see, do you understand and can you estimate angles and communicate a little bit about them? Okay. Let's look at Tower 2. We look at north and then we come more than halfway around. So this is more than a straight angle. It's going to be more than 180 degrees. And it's a little bit more than probably 10 degrees, so we're looking at maybe an extra 20, 30 degrees. So probably 180 plus 20 degrees. So let's look at, say, maybe 200 degrees. So this tells us that this is a reflex angle. And if I went back to the first, because it's more than a straight line, it's more than 180 degrees. Okay. Going back actually to A, to north, Tower 1, and then to the fire. That's an obtuse angle. Second one here is a reflex angle. And then if we look at north to Tower 3 to the fire, all right, this one here is going to be slightly less than 90 degrees. So maybe 80 degrees, 75, 70, somewhere in that neighborhood. Let's call it 80 degrees. And this one is going to be an acute angle. All right, so your job now is to look at pages 252 and 253, questions 1 to 6, and question 9. Couple hints real quick. Number 1, A and B, is just looking at a couple angles, and it wants you to say, is that a reasonable estimate? Okay. And you have to answer why or why not. Alright. Number 2, again, same thing. Is it a reasonable estimate? Number 3 gets you to sketch a compass like the one there. And it's asking you to look at the degree measure from north for each direction on the compass. So if 0 degrees is north, that means 90 degrees is east. Halfway in between 0 and 90 is 45. That'd be northeast. Okay. 90, and then straight down to south would be 180. Halfway between east and south would be southeast. So that's going to be 90 plus 45, and I'll let you do the math. And then halfway between southeast and south is south-southeast. That's SSE. And that's going to be what you need to actually figure out. It's going to be halfway between whatever you figure out for southeast and south. Okay. Number 4 asks you to estimate the size of each red angle. Number 5 asks you to estimate the size of each blue angle using your answers from question 4. Okay, so remember that there's 360 degrees in a circle. There's my hint. Number 6, use only a ruler to sketch angles that you think are about 90, 45, and 180. It says use a paper protractor. Use a protractor to check your estimate. And then number 9, explain how you can estimate the size of an angle and give 2 examples. So that's one is just to get you to think about it. Wonderful. Get to work on that assignment. If you finish it up, okay, write it down on this page. Okay. If you finish it up, you can take a look at lesson number 4 and see if you can get through these questions. And then we've actually looked at some of this already, but I'd like you to look at the Nepalese flag on page 254 and just measure those angles. Don't worry about that assignment yet, but that'll give you something to do if you happen to finish. Thank you.